you love me. By the way, this is also the modern sign of Jonas for the second coming. This is another revelation the Lord gave me. That's so mind-boggling. So how do I feed the sheep? What's Jonathan Click's number way to feed the sheep? I turn everything upside down. How did I show you what the virgin is? I turned it upside down. Feed the sheep. What is the virgin when you turn it upside down? It's a dead sheep. What about the largest altar in the world? It's a big dead sheep, right? Well, when I turn it upside down, what is it? It's female reproductive system. Oh, like the virgin. Female reproductive system equals virgin. So the largest altar in the world is a big dead sheep. But when you turn it upside down, it's the virgin. It's a female reproductive system. It's a vagina. Represents the virgin. So what I do is, in order to feed the sheep, I just turn everything upside down. That's the only way to feed the sheep. That is the way to feed the sheep, okay? And so watch this. Jesus knew, of course, that he was, how Peter was going to die and that what Peter's ministry would be and that he would give him the key to the kingdom of heaven. How do you open a door? You put the key in the lock and then you turn the key upside down and the bolt retracts. So in order to open the door, you got to turn it upside down. The bolt retracts and the door opens. That's how I got saved. The Lord said, read the tax insurance, 100% nylon, 100% no line. And I was like, okay, no matter what, I can't tell 1% lie. And then I was led by the Spirit to the back of the hotel, made a decision that was life or death. I was willing to accept death just to know the truth. I went out the door, walked down these counterbalance steps, boom, hit the ground. Angel stepped up to me, pray with me, my brother. We prayed, Our Father. Water and light came down on me. Then he looked at me and said, You say Hail Mary. I looked at him confused, like, why? Even though I had no reason to know it was wrong, except that a new spirit had taken up residency in me. And then he nodded. As I said the words Hail Mary, I felt life and light leaving my body. That way, I would know where death comes from, which is from the Virgin. Because when you pray to the Virgin, it equaled death. Everything's perfect now. Perfection. Absolute perfection. So now, watch this. Ready? So here we go. So they're out fishing, and so Peter swims over. Come and dine. His disciples didn't. They were too scared to ask him who he was. They know who he was. So this was the third time that Jesus showed himself to his disciples after he was risen from the dead. So when they had dined, Jesus said to Simon Peter, look, Simon, son of Jonas. See, like the sign of Jonas. He had already told Peter before he died in Matthew 16, Simon Bar-Jonah, I will call you Petros. He told him that in Matthew 16. Okay, this is so important that you guys understand this. I'm going to open up eSword. I want you to understand he had not received his new identity yet. When he told him, watch this. This is amazing. Just watch. Okay, here we go. Okay, watch this. Okay. Matthew 16. This is just Bible solid gold. Ready? Matthew 16. So he's asking everybody, who do people say that I am? But whom do people say that I am? Let me show you right up here. Whom do men say that I am? And everybody got it wrong. They said, and some say thou art John the Baptist, and some say Elias, others Jeremiah, one of the prophets. And he said unto them, but whom do ye say that I am? He uses his actual name of God, I am. And Simon Peter answered and said, thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God, right there. And Jesus answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah. I'm going to click on that. It means son of Jonas, like the prophet Jonas. But even though he wasn't his son, it means son of Jonas. For flesh and blood hath not revealed this son to thee, but my Father who is in heaven. So that's how the revelation of Christ always comes. No one comes to the Son unless the Father leads him. Now look at this. And I say unto thee that thou art Peter. Look at this word, Petros. It means a piece of rock. Look right here, Petros. It means a piece of rock because Peter would be the first building block after Jesus' death. Peter would be the first building block so they would understand the system, the key in opening the door. And I'll give you a picture of that in just a minute. Watch. So he says, I say unto thee that thou art Petros, and upon this rock, and the word is Petra right here, Petra, mass of rock, I will build my church. And the word church means a calling out. See, calling out. That's what the word church means, a calling out. And the gates of hell shall not prevail against it, and I will give unto thee the keys to the kingdom of heaven. Okay, so now watch this. Jesus just renamed Simon Barjona Petros right there. And then he tells him, look, I'm going to have to go get crucified. Watch. And so then after he renames him, from this time forth, Jesus began to show his disciples that he must go into Jerusalem and suffer many things at the elders and chief priests and scribes and be killed and raised again on the third day. So he's telling his disciples this, and he renamed Simon Barjona as Peter. Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him, saying, Be it far from thee, Lord, this shall not be unto thee. And look what Jesus says to the guy he just renamed Petros. But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense to me. Look at the word offense. It means a trap, stick, a bent sapling, snare. I'm going to highlight that for a second. Okay, ready? Watch this. Okay. I want you to see how profound the scriptures are. Watch this. A trap, stick, bent sapling, snare. So, there you go. Okay, there you go. You know what that does? There you go. That's the trigger mechanism. Right side up, upside down. It's a snare. It turns its victim upside down. A trap, stick, bent sapling, snare. It's a snare trap that you get caught in. So let's go back. Look at this. So he tells Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan. You are a trap, stick, bent sapling, snare to me. For thou savorest not the things of God, but the things of men. So he just renamed Simon Barjona to Petros, and then he calls him Satan. I know why, but do you know why? Would you like to know why? Of course you would. Let me show you why. Ready? Here's why. Okay, ready? So here we are now. Jesus has already been denied by Peter 3 times, and he gets crucified. Now Jesus is risen, and Peter jumps off the boat, swims over. They bring over fish. They start cooking up fish. Everyone's like, it's Jesus. So like awkward. Everybody's like, sorry about the whole denial thing. I know you told me I'd do it. Right? I mean, what do you say? He's just sitting there. Oh, it's really good fish. It's like, so check it out. Watch this. So Jesus said, now when they had dined, Jesus said to Simon Peter, look what he says to him, Simon, son of Jonas. Wait a minute. He already renamed him Petros, but now he's calling him Simon, son of Jonas. And the reason is, how many days was Jonas in the belly of the fish? 3. How many days was Jesus in the belly of the earth? 3. How many times does Jesus tell him, feed my sheep? 3. How do I feed the sheep? I turn everything upside down. How did Peter die on a cross? Upside down. He let me know that's the only way to feed the sheep, and that is the modern sign of Jonas for this generation. Because to feed the sheep, feed the sheep, feed the sheep. There's only one way. Just like Peter got crucified, you got to turn everything upside down. That's how you feed the sheep. Yeah, check it out. Ready? Okay, when they had dined, Jesus said, Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou more than these? He's talking about the other disciples. He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest I love thee. He said, Then feed my lambs. Again he said look, the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, get it? Lovest thou me more than these? And he said unto him, Thou knowest I love thee. He said, Then feed my sheep. Okay, okay, this would be a good time for me just to open up another folder because I'm sorry, wrong one. Let me open up another folder because you need to see this with your own eyes. This is so profound that this is so profound. It's so mind-boggling. Okay, they call that throne the throne of Saint Peter, don't you? The big dead sheep. Yeah, this big dead sheep that everyone's laying in front of is called the throne of Saint Peter because that's really Satan mocking Peter and mocking Jesus. They built a big dead sheep, and upside down it's a vagina. They're mocking the hell out of us, guys. Look at this. So here we go. Watch. So let's just zero in on the sheep. There you go. See that sheep right there? There's a sheep. That's the altar. That's a sheep. I love you in Christ. If you don't think so, you're simply blind. Okay, now we're going to turn this whole sheep upside down. And when we turn the sheep upside down, it's the female reproductive system. So how did I just feed the sheep? I'm showing, see the dead sheep? You want to know what the truth is? You turn it upside down. It's the female reproductive system. That's what destroyed all the sheep. Get it? Okay, here's another sheep. Here's another image of the virgin. You see the virgin right here? So how do I feed the sheep? I turn it upside down. It's a dead sheep. See? Or let's look at the dead sheep. I turn it right another way. It's the virgin. You see what I mean? Okay, here's a pyramid from Guatemala right here. Here's a pyramid from Guatemala. I'm going to blow this up. Look, you see right here? You see right there, there's the king wearing this crazy headdress. So to feed the sheep, I'm going to turn this upside down. And you're going to see the sheep because I'm feeding the sheep. That's how I feed the sheep. Ready? So here we go. Here's the king that I just showed you that's on the bottom part of that pyramid. But I'm just going to draw those lines over and I'm going to turn it upside down. And there's the sheep. There's its eye, nostril, lips. The ear is a penis as well. It's also the whole thing's a female reproductive system. And there's a devil superimposed over the sheep, which is what happened to the sheep. We had a devil superimposed over us, a superhuman angel demon, a sheep and a demon together in the same host body. Wow. So that's the way that I feed the sheep, the same as Peter. In order to feed the sheep, you have to turn everything upside down. That's the only way to feed the sheep. That's why Peter was given the keys to the kingdom of heaven. Do you understand? Now watch. So he said to him the second time, Simon, son of Jonas. Wow, there it is again. See, he should have called him Petros. But the reason he's calling him son of Jonas because the Lord God knew that in the end of the world, he would raise up a harbinger, and that harbinger would understand what this means. He said it 3 times because to feed the sheep, the only way to feed them is to turn everything upside down like Peter was crucified. That's the only way to feed the sheep. And I'm the guy that gets to feed the sheep. And I'm the guy that gets to understand that's the modern sign of Jonas for the second coming of Christ. There was the sign of Jonas for the first coming. Jesus said there will be no sign given unto you except the sign of Jonas. And Jesus was in the belly of the earth for 3 days. That was their sign that he was the Messiah. And for our generation, the one that will see the return of Christ, the sign is feed the sheep. Turn it upside down. Feed the sheep. Turn it upside down. Feed the sheep. That's why I can turn all these things upside down and show you sheep. Exactly, yeah. Here we go. Second time. Okay. He said to him a third time, Simon, son of Jonas. So see, there's the third time. So now we're dealing with the same thing as the sign of Jonas. 3 days in the belly of the fish, 3 days in the belly of the earth. Here he's telling Simon, son of Jonas, the third time, 3, son of Jonas, thou lovest me. Lovest thou me? And Peter was grieved because he said to him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest I love thee. And Jesus said, feed my sheep. Let me just show you a picture again. So here you go. Here's a hieroglyph that's 1,300 years before Christ. It's Nefertiti. In order to feed the sheep, I turn it upside down, and you'll see it ends up being a sheep. If I turn this upside down, it's a sheep. There's the eye, there's the tongue, there's the nose. It's right side up right now, though. If I turn this virgin upside down, it's a sheep. If I turn this pyramid upside down, it's a sheep. If I turn this sheep upside down, it's a virgin, it's a vagina. So the way that I feed the sheep is by turning everything upside down, the same as the way Peter was crucified. So here we go. Now watch. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Y'all ready? Verily I say unto you. So Jesus said, feed my sheep for the third time. Now watch. Verily, verily I say unto thee, when thou wast young, thou girdest thyself, and walkest whither thou wouldest. But when thou shalt be old, Peter, thou shalt stretch forth thine hands. He didn't say Peter, I just put in there for you guys. But when thou shalt be old, he's talking to Peter, thou shalt stretch forth thy hands, and another shall gird thee, and carry thee whither thou wouldest not. Read it for yourself. Here it goes. This he spake, signifying by what death he should glorify God. And when he had spoken this, he said, follow him. So he just told Peter what his death would be to glorify God. Well, ready? Watch this. Let me go to the quote from the Acts of Peter that was taken out of the Bible. And this was removed from the Bible at the Edict of Constantine. They removed over 20 books. It used to be an 88 book canon, and now it's 66. Now watch. Now watch. This is verse 38 from the Acts of Peter. Okay, now Peter, and by the way, everything up there on that wall behind me, that whole thing is the Acts of Peter, verses 37, 38, and 39. The Lord told me to print it up and put it up there. That's what he told me to do. And so I did. I did exactly what he said. But I'm going to read you verse 38. So Peter asked to be crucified upside down. It says, and when they had hung him up in the manner he desired, he began to say, ye men unto whom it belongeth to hear. Okay, here it goes. And when they had hanged him up in the manner he desired, he began to say, ye men unto whom it belongeth to hear, hearken to that which I shall declare to you at this special time as I hang here. I'm going to stop for a sec. That's no different than the Bible saying, whoever has an ear, let him hear, like in Revelation, okay? Look at the way this is written, it's the same thing. Listen. And he began to say, ye men unto whom it belongeth to hear. There it is. Hearken to that which I shall declare to you at this special time as I hang here. So he's hanging there upside down, you guys. Learn ye the mystery of all nature and the beginning of all things. So now we're back in Genesis, the birthing of Cain. What it was, for the first man whose race I bear in my appearance, which was Cain, or the race of whom I bear the likeness, fell. See right there, fell, like from heaven, was born head downwards, and showed forth a manner of birth, as was not heretofore, for it was dead, having no motion. He then, being pulled down, who also cast his first state down upon the earth, established this whole disposition of all things, being hanged up in the image of creation, wherein he made the things of the right hand into those of the left, and those of the left hand into those of the right. And he changed about all the marks of their nature, so that he thought those things that were not fair to be fair, and those things that were in truth evil to be good. So he's saying, like, the first man that was born from this union head down, which was Cain, who he bears the likeness of, changed about all the marks of their nature, that those things that were really fair to be unfair, and those things which were evil to be good. So they changed about all the marks of our nature. Turned everything upside down and backwards. Now watch this. So he says he turned about, So wherein, so here it is. So wherein he made the things of the right hand into those of the left, and those of the left into those of the right. Let me show you a picture of what that looks like right now. Okay, so here's what that looks like. Look right here. So, if this is Jesus on the cross, and Jesus was a spiritual being, so Peter was crucified upside down to show you the representation of the system. So, in order to make the things of Peter's right hand as those of the left, and those of left as those of the right, you'd have to turn this upside down. See, because right becomes left, left becomes right, that above becomes that below. So it's that simple to understand the greatest mystery of everything. All you have to do is turn it upside down. That's what it means. You must make the things of the right hand as those of the left, and those of left as those of the right, those above as those below. The only way to do that is to turn you upside down. It's so crazy. It's so perfect. And then watch this. So see, there's a representation of Jesus on the cross and Peter on the cross. So to unlock this door, you'd have to go. That's why the Vatican is a big serpent, and it's an upside down cross that turns into a big serpent. And then look, now you take my testimony, 100% nylon, you turn it upside down, 100% no line. See? It's perfect. And that's the way I'm able to feed the sheep. Let me show you. Here's Nefertiti in the hieroglyph of Akhenaten and Nefertiti. And when you turn her upside down, she becomes a dead sheep. Okay, so look, I'll show you. There's Nefertiti right there. And then I'll just turn it upside down. And there's the dead sheep. There's the eye of the sheep. There's the teardrop. There's the tongue sticking out of the mouth. There's the nose. Top of the head, there's the ear, there's the eye, there's the teardrop. So again, I'll take an image of the Virgin right here. And if I turn this image right here of the Virgin upside down, Peter, feed my sheep. So all I have to do is turn this Virgin upside down, and I fed you by showing you the truth. The Virgin equals dead sheep. So the way you feed the sheep is you show them the truth by turning everything upside down. Let's finish the Acts of Peter real quick, at least this one part. Ready? So here we go. Sorry. It's here somewhere. Hang on one sec. There we go. Okay, so they hung him up upside down, and he began to say, Ye men unto whom it belongeth to hear, because it's a gift just to get to hear it. Hearken, listen to that which I shall declare to you at this special time as I hang here. By the way, Jesus told him he would be hanging there upside down. Learn ye the mystery of all nature. So now he's saying, learn the mystery of all nature and the beginning of all things, what it was. For the first man whose race I bear in my appearance, which is Cain, or the race of whom I bear the likeness, fell from heaven, was born head downwards. Because we all come out of our mom head downwards, and showed forth the manner of birth as was not heretofore, for it was dead, having no motion. He then, being pulled down, who cast his first state down upon the earth, established his whole disposition of all things, being hanged up in the image of creation, wherein he made the things of the right hand into those of the left, and those of the left into those of the right. And he changed about all the marks of their nature, so that he thought that those things that were not fair to be fair, and those things that were in truth evil to be good. Concerning, here it is, watch this. Okay, ready? Concerning what the Lord saith in a mystery. Unless you make the things of the right hand as those of the left, and those of the left as those of the right, and those above as those below, and those behind as those before, ye shall not have knowledge of the kingdom. And what it's saying right there is, unless you turn everything upside down and backwards, you will have no knowledge of the kingdom of God, which is exactly correct. 100% nylon. Turn it upside down, Jonathan. Now, that's why all over the world, all these big monuments, they put a reflecting pool in front of them because they're mocking us. They know that they know the system. Watch, let me prove that to you. Okay, because like the Taj Mahal or the Washington Monument. They do it all the time. There you go. See, look. Washington Monument, big reflecting pool. No different than Peter and Jesus right side up, upside down on the cross. See it right there? There you go. Same thing. Okay, now watch this. Same thing, Taj Mahal. Okay, by the way, same thing as nylon, no line. Okay, here is the federal building bombing in Oklahoma City right here. There's the memorial they made. Look, there it is. Look, mirror reflection. Same thing right there. So this is their MO. They do it all the time. And it's just because they know that's why they use the number 69 all the time to mock you. By the way, we were given that heads up also in the Bible again in Matthew. It says there was darkness over the land from the 6th hour to the 9th hour. Get it? Just like the Heineken commercials, 6 and 9. 6 flesh, 9 judgment. So it's so obvious now. Okay, see the Taj Mahal? What's the similarity? Same thing, right side up, upside down. There it is again. There it is. It's consistent. It's perfect. Okay, Eiffel Tower. I mean, you just couldn't even think this stuff up. There you go. So there you go. I mean, the the reality of the truth is this: right side up, upside down, superhuman angel demon inside one host body, everyone, except all those that have been washed out. Now there's just a lot of demons going around in host bodies that have taken over the system. And that's why in Matthew 27:45, look what it says. Now from the 6th hour there was darkness over all the land until the 9th hour. Okay, now think about that. From the 6th hour to the 9th hour. Look at what you're looking at right here in a Heineken commercial. And 9/11, the angel of the bottomless pit. See the 11, 6 and 9. Told you. Told you. It's like, isn't this staggering? Is this not staggering? It's a staggering. Yep. There you go, guys. I told you, the Lord God is perfect. He does not make mistakes, and when He doles out information, boy, He knows how to dole it out. There you go. There's a representation of the locks. So Jesus represented good. Peter represented that which is evil. To open this lock, you got to turn that upside down, and the door opens. You make the things of the right as those of the left, those of the left as those of the right, those above as those before, and the door opens. You unlock the door. That's why the Vatican itself, look, there's the Vatican. The Vatican turns into a snake because we got turned upside down and we got turned into the serpent. I mean, tell me, guys, how profound is all this? Doesn't it just give you the greatest peace in the world? It's like, oh my gosh. Anyway, okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let me show you just a couple more pictures real quick to show you how this is, the whole world system is just, I mean, it's here. They're here to destroy everything now. It's like, there's no way out of it. Let's see. Okay, I have there you go, right here. This is the one, I believe. Maybe, maybe not. Okay. The W system is the whole deal, and there you go, hunted for dinner. Just like I told you. See, 400, the word 400 in the Bible means food because it's called 400, like 400. And in the Strong's Concordance, 400 means prey or food supply. That's what 400 means. Look, watch this. 400 right here. Food supply, mealtime, prey. That's what 400 is. See right here, 400. Okay, well, 400, the guy that made, this clothing line, YG, brother of understanding, brother of an intelligent one. Okay, well, look. See 400 right here? It really means hunted, The word hunted is hunted, and then spelled backwards, D-I-N-N-U-H, dinner. Hunted for dinner. 400. What's hunted for dinner? You see the angel right there? Angels are hunted for dinner. Now, let me make the final point. Wearing his, with his shoes. Okay, what's it say? Lost angels, 400. They're hunted for dinner, food, prey. Again, you got your host body, so you got to walk around in a set of shoes. So F you, pay me. He wants your soul. Now, what's even crazier is even the bottoms of these shoes. Watch this. You have a right side up triangle, and then you have you got one right side up, one upside down right here. And it's three dots. Apollyon, the angel of the bottomless pit. Right there. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Every single thing, all the numbers of dots on here, every single thing is significant right out of the Bible. Everything on this shoe. I looked it all up. You got your host body? F you, pay me. He wants your soul, folks. The only way to come to the knowledge of the truth is to turn the world upside down. That's the only way to feed the sheep. Only way. That's why the Lord chose me to do it, because I was the guy that was falling out of the sky upside down in all my point of purchase ads, so I would be able to see and understand and know that everything was correct. I had to live the exact life I led. He made sure I was a skydiver. He made sure I had a girlfriend named Eleuthera. He made sure everything was perfect in my life to understand this. There you go. I mean, these are different jumps. This jump, and this jump. Those are all different jumps, and they're all point of purchase. They were all to be used for point of purchase ads. No shoes. I don't have shoes on in this jump. I have shoes on in this jump. I have yellow sunglasses in this jump. I have mirror reflective red in this jump. Okay, so you see, vampires, cannibal. When you fell from heaven upside down, you fell into a cannibalistic system, Cain and Abel. It's just like, can't make this stuff up. And now we have two shipping containers that are in Grand Junction at the corner of Rainbow and Casimir. 154. Shema, O Israel, for the Lord your God is one. 54. Isaiah 54. As it was, this is as it was with my servant Noah. As I made a covenant with him, so shall I make a covenant with you of everlasting peace. And the containers at Casimir, proclamation of peace. And I went to the X-Men movie. The Lord told me to go watch Dark Phoenix, remember? And the movie ends, X-Men movie ends at the corner of Rue de la Paix, which means Street of Peace. X-Men, which is what's on my canopy. It's like, it's like you can't even think this up. Anyway, I hope this gives you great peace and great, just, yeah, group hug. I love you guys. Yay. Around the world. So we're organizing right now. We're getting ready to, we'll be letting you guys know. We'll make sure we'll give you at least a week heads up before the event. And we'll let you guys know. We're trying to get some stuff ready and get some, details worked out. Anyway, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. All right, guys. Love you guys. God bless. You know what? Let's see. One more thing I wanted to show you. All over the United States are these signs. It's neighborhood watch. Let me show you what it really is. It's really a sheep getting its head cut off. Look. I took this sheep, I turned it upside down. Look. And all I'm going to do is go like that. That hat is a sheep's head. See it? It's a dead sheep. Feed my sheep. There you go. They plan on killing all the sheep. That's the thing. So all you got to do is take the sheep head and swap it right where the hat is. Watch. Bam. Told you. So they're just mocking the crap out of us. They're going to kill all the sheep. Anyway, this is Jesus' kingdom. This is what he mean. This is what he meant by, you know, the greatest of all is the servant of all. So his kingdom is upside down compared to Satan's kingdom. Satan's kingdom is a right side up triangle, which is the all-seeing eye. Jesus is the opposite. So the greatest of all is the servant of all. So that represents Jesus. And then you turn one upside down, you got another building block. You got, here's like one Petros, another Petros, another Petros, another. So, if you're upside down, picture an upside down cross right here. And then you turn it right side up. Another one, boom, another one, boom, another one, boom, another one, boom. Every time you turn one right side up, you get another building block. You see it? Boom, 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 boom. That's the way you get the building blocks for the new city of peace. Isn't this amazing? It's so cool. All right, guys. Anyway, just want to share that with you. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's up. We got a meeting to attend. We have an event. All right, guys. God bless. And I'll catch you real soon. Tomorrow, the next day. What I will see.